Madam Secretary, let me just say we're delighted to have you here, and delighted that this is one of your first stops.
Yeah.
Outside of the D.C.
The
area.
first stop outside
the
of
first
Disney.
stop, and that's very much appreciated. I want you to know that. I do want to also acknowledge Dr. Reinhardt, because Greentown Labs is the largest incubator on the North American continent, and they've expanded here out of the Boston area to fulfill, one of the goals that we highlighted in our climate action plan that we announced on Earth Day last year, and that is to create 50 clean 2.0 companies by 2025. And as we heard, they are well on the way at 30, and that's moving
Amazing.
forward.
In 4 weeks.
Yeah.
I mean.
So we are super excited. It doesn't happen on its own. It does take collaboration. Houston is the energy capital of the world, but if you just stand on that, you're going to miss in this competitive environment. We want to build a city for the future. And so it's important not only for us to be known as the energy capital of the world, but also to be leading on energy transition. And that's why I'm so happy to be here. And it didn't happen on its own either. The good news is working in collaboration with the energy industry.
Yeah.
We are making those things happen. I just want to lift up 3 points, and I'm going to turn it over to the panel. First, it may come as a surprise to learn that Houston is the nation's leading city in renewable energy. We use more renewable power than any other city in the United States.
Really?
And as of July 2020, the City of Houston facilities are 100% powered by renewables.
Wow.
That's in the City of Houston, not LA, not New York, right here in the City of Houston.
That is great. That's great leadership. Can I just say that is really amazing.
And
He is
when we talk about investing in communities that have been underserved and under-resourced, communities of color, in the Sunnyside community, in Congressman Green's district, just down the road, we are building what will be the largest urban solar farm in the United States on 240 acres, a landfill that opened up in the 1930s. It closed in 1970 under protest. And for the last 50 years, it has been sitting there contaminated, unused, pulling down this low-income community. But now we are reimagining those 240 acres and turning that in now to one of the largest urban solar farms that will generate enough power to power 5,000 homes, offset 120 million pounds of emissions annually, create green jobs, and with the American Jobs Program, it would really help to accelerate that program and move it forward. And it will address energy poverty that exists in many communities. And Houston is not the only one. There are a number of landfills in communities that have been underserved all over the city. And if we can do it here, it can be done anywhere. So that's the Sunnyside project. Second, the partnerships are essential to the future of clean energy. And for us to reach our emissions goals, we have to have collaboration. And partnerships are at the heart of everything that we do right here in the city of Houston. There was a time prior to the Biden administration when we didn't have a federal partner. There was no state mandate. So in order for us to achieve our goals in accordance with the Paris Agreement, and if not sooner, we have to collaborate. And so I'm very proud of the energy industry in this city. Chevron, I see Barbara over there, has been a leading force in bringing Greentown Labs here. Right across the street is a building that we are turning into a huge building for startups and innovative technologies. And you're in the midst of the innovation corridor in the city of Houston. And so that's taking place. Shell, for example, is the sponsor of our Resilient Houston plan. BP is helping to build that Sunnyside solar farm that we talked about. And as a city, we have committed to electrifying 100% of our light-duty vehicles by 2030. but without a strong mandate, we've had to partner. So we founded Evolve Houston, a public-private partnership with Centerpoint, NRG, Shell, the University of Houston, our consultant, LDR, to help advance action of EV amongst leading Houston companies. 30% of our fleet, public and private, electrified by 2030, if not sooner. All of that is taking place with collaboration. We're not trying to move away from the energy sector. We're just working to move us forward. And so when you start talking about carbon capture, utilization, and storage, you know, ExxonMobil and others, I just met with them a week ago, the things that are taking place, and I hope you can come back, or others, when the U.S. Mayors, Conference of Mayors, meet in Austin in September, where you will see a number of CEOs from the energy sector talking about how we are moving forward to achieve those goals. That's how we do it in Houston. Several Week, the Offshore Technology Conference, and at the end of this year, the World Petroleum Congress will return back to the United States here in the city of Houston. It's been away from the United States for 32 years. It will come back. I gave your staff a letter because I know this has been your first trip. But we really would like for you to come and speak to the World Petroleum Congress, where more than 10,000 will be coming with a heavy focus on energy transition. That's important. And then lastly, decarbonizing the energy capital of the world won't be easy, and it will cost, and that's why we are so excited and so supportive of President Biden and yourself and what this administration is doing to moving us forward. Building for yesterday is building for failure. And we have to recognize that the climate is getting warmer. This area has faced 4 500-year storms in the last 5 years. And so we have to do things differently, and we are committed to making that happen. And quite frankly, energy transition is one of the ways that we can make a better world for all of us. So excited to have you, glad that you are here, and now let me yield to you and to the panel.
How can anybody follow that, right? I mean, just amazing, amazing. And I know you all have acknowledged the mayor's leadership, but I just am really in awe of your willingness to stand firm on the transition being opportunity. And so thank you for that and for your example.